Gunderson, FBI veteran, former head of the regional office in Los Angeles. Is there a network of these satanic murderers in this country, do you allege?
Based on information furnished to me by confidential sources and informants, based on interviews with dozens of survivors from the satanic operations through the years, satanic beliefs, etc., I can say that there is a network of these people across the country who are very active. They have their own rest and relaxation farm. They are in contact with each other. It ties in loosely to the drug operation, ties into motorcycle gangs, and it goes on and on. They have their own people who specialize in surveillances and photography and in assassinations.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Back in this bitch, Go Deep, episode 6. As you see, we're really not gonna we're not gonna keep it as a specific movie theme today. We're gonna have it more of trying to talk about everything. I'm gonna put like Hollywood all in one, not one lump because it's too hard to do that, but gonna focus more on Hollywood today instead of focusing on one particular movie. But you know how we gotta start this shit up. You gotta go get you a blunt, gotta go get you a drink, Gotta go get you a nice chair and get ready. But first let's drop some music, y'all boys. Hold on a second. I got something for you.
Hey yo, one thing for sure, keep you evolved. Keep a nice crib, fly away, keep to the point. Keep niggas out of your face who snakes. Keep bitches in their place, keep the Mac in a special place. Keep moving for papes, keep cool, keep doing what you doing. Keep it fly, keep me in the crates. Cause I will erase shit on the real note, use a waste. It's right here for you, I will lace you. Rip you, embrace you, put a nice W up on your face. Word to mother, you could get chased. It's nothing to chase, blood on a thug if he gotta go. All I know is we be giving grace. This is a place from where we make tapes, we make them everywhere. Still in all, we be making bass. Y'all be making pace, these little niggas, they be making shapes. Our shit is art, yours is trace.
This is the way that we rollin' in the streets. You know when we roll, we be back in that heat. Gonna go, 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 gonna go.
This is Poverty Island, man, these animals don't run. Slums where the ambulance don't come. Who got the best bass? Fiends waiting to smoke some. Approach son, ask him where he getting that coke from. My dudes hug blocks like Samurai Shogun. Cause no V and no ones equalin' no fun. Who wanna treat they know, huh? Body to go numb. My woman need funds, plus her hair and her toes done. It is what it is though. You fuck with the kid flow, y'all make it hard to get dough. The harder the kid go, harder the pit flow. Harder when it snow. The pinky and the wrist glow, this here we live for. Get guap and get low. But first off, you gotta get the work off, the gift and the curse, boss. Yeah, see I'm the shit, yo, no dirt on the fit, no. Hustling from the get-go, the model is get mo.
This is the way that we rollin' in the streets. You know when we roll, we be back in that heat. Gonna go, 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 gonna go.
We was quiet, flashy brothers, strapped all along with the dirty 38 long. 12-hour shift gate, took cake state to state. You think he won't hold his weight? Put your money on the plate and watch it get scraped. We get ape up in that club off that juice and hen. And it's a no-win situation fucking with them. You mean like you in at the front of the rim? Finger roller Dutch, $1 million stages touch. Text gauges bust, trust no one. The lone shogun, rugged Tim boot stomper. Damaging lyrical mass destruction launcher. Nothing can calm the quakeage when I break, kid. Peace to my brothers up north, doing state bids.
Oh, this is the way we be rollin' in the streets. You know when we roll, we be back in that heat. Gonna go, 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 gonna go. Oh, this is the way we be rollin' in the club. You know when we roll, we be back in 32 slabs. Gonna go, 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 gonna go.
Word. I hope you like that shit. That shit was called Gun Will Go by Wu-Tang. Gun Will Go. That shit is hard as hell. I don't know whether Raekwon or Master Killer had the best verse. Put it in the comments. Tell me what you think. Who had the best verse, Raekwon or Master Killer on that song? That shit was hard as hell. But let's get into it. So last week we talked more about it's been building up to the certain technologies that, like the secret societies have, certain investments they're invested in, the certain machinery they're working with, all kind of shit. So now I'm gonna try to tell you how that affects you. This is pretty much the point. How does it affect you? Why would P-Lee go make a podcast telling everybody about this shit? Why? What does this have to do with anything? And today I'm going to tell you what it has to do with anything. Because as you can see, right, in Hollywood, they're getting a lot of, like, rape scandals, pedophilia. You saw the girl recently, Allison Mack, that just got caught. She played on Smallville. She got caught with child sex trafficking charge and a sex trafficking charge. And there's probably going to be more charges added on that. But she's facing a lot of time because Trump recently put out an executive order that basically said anybody caught with child trafficking, child sex crimes are going to be tried in like a RICO. Basically meaning your whole company can get in trouble for the, what one person is doing. So once you saw that, he's put that executive order out. You saw the guy from Google, Eric Schmidt. he got up and dipped. He fucking went to another country. But a lot of people Google is out in California. A lot of people in California are about to be caught up heavy. Not just this little Smallville girl. I mean, heavy. And she's snitching right now. The word is she's with the feds right now. She's telling everything. Singing like a canary, they say. But what she did, when she got caught, she put out a tweet. And the tweet was, man, what's that lady's name? I can't remember her name, but it's like an Eastern European name. She's a artist in New York City, and she does it all with the blood and shit like that. I'll put her video in here later on, and you can see exactly who I'm talking about. But she does paintings with like blood. She does paintings with like baby blood, semen, woman's vagina shit, all kind of shit. But also what they do is they've been doing shit like spirit cooking, where they've been cooking live bodies and having big fucking, just the nastiest shit, like blood orgies and shit like that. So homegirl got caught, Allison Mack, and she put out the picture. So QAnon came out and added on to basically what's been going on, because if you know, QAnon is like hackers, supposedly. I think, and a few other people probably think, QAnon is artificial intelligence. But, so it put out a picture of Obama with a Band-Aid on his finger holding a little girl back in the day. Oh no, and one of the pictures from this girl, the spirit cooking artist, she's been seen with Jay-Z and a bunch of artists, Lady Gaga, whatever, Hillary Clinton, and this is tied back to Hillary, but I'll get it back. So the picture QAnon put out yesterday, had a picture of Obama, Band-Aid on his finger, on his specific finger, that the girl, this spirit cooking girl, was, she has a saying that says, prick this particular finger, cut it very deep, and embrace the pain, so that's like their entrance, I guess. I don't know, there's some little fucking blood ritual that they're doing together, but they're all into some bullshit like child sacrifice, fucking human sacrifice, child sex, sex trafficking, organ trafficking, all kind of shit. And it's done through like California, LA especially, New York City especially, is these sex cults. And this is gonna go some crazy shit, crazy shit. But if you know Hollywood, Hollywood was started by the government. Hollywood is just the propaganda arm of the government. So here's how it affects you. And so if you got a crew who makes the laws and all that shit, the government. If you got a crew and some people in that crew like to have sex with babies, like to kill babies, like to do all this crazy shit, eat people, drink blood, sex, wild orgies, all this crazy shit. And they're above the law, right? So that's what they do on their free time. That's what they do on their after work, But at work, what they're doing is raping the planet for minerals, like I said, causing wars, causing mayhem so that AI can write different war scenarios for the future, causing all these problems on Earth, then getting off work, going home, having sex with babies, kidnapping kids, kidnapping Russians, kidnapping, all these third world country people for organ harvesting, all kind of shit. But here's what it is. You can't never know that. Like this, you can't, the masses can never be told that. So what they do is they give you rappers and actors and all these other people who distract you 24 hours a day, so you don't see what the machine is really doing behind the scenes. So that's why like rappers are all fake. They're all fake. Nobody is talking about the real shit. Nobody is talking about the real shit. They have taken a check so they don't have to talk about the real shit. That's what it is. They have taken an oath. No matter if you say masonry is good or bad, it's obvious that they're not stopping the machine. So if masonry is so good, masonry is a part of the machine. You can't preach to me that they're doing a good thing, because if they were doing, like some of them probably are. Like some of them were probably involved in the FBI raid on Allison Mack. That's cool, but the majority of the world is doing fucked up shit. The majority of the world is doing fucked up shit. And what they do is they create a rap game. The government say, hey, you can't look at all the fucked up shit that we're doing at work and at home, on and off the record. You can't look at all this fucked up shit. Go look at Lil Wayne, Go look at these rappers. Go look at these actors. Go watch a movie. Go watch TV. Go watch sports. All of that shit is put in your face so you don't ever see Allison Mack behind the scenes. So you don't see their sex trafficking behind the scenes. And that's how it ties to you. All of you trying to be rappers, all of you trying to be actors, all of you trying to make it big in whatever, the media industry, all of you trying to make it big in sports, all of you are being controlled by the government. All of your plugs are the government. Every single one. All of your handlers in every industry, media, are the government. And that's why it affects all of our lives. Because CNN know that there's people being raped, and there's Jerry Sandusky's out there, there's Michigan State's out there, there's fucking Allison Mack's out there. Time Warner and CNN and Fox, Rupert Murdoch and everybody, they know already that this shit is going on. But what they do is they program 24 hours a day of information to distract you from ever finding out that this shit is going on. Every now and then it leaks, and they have to show it mainstream. But they already know. Jimmy Savile. Look up who Jimmy Savile is. He raped over 500 little kids and countless other people. He raped and killed a lot of people. He even raped dead people. He worked for the BBC, British Broadcasting, in England. He was connected to the royal family. He was knighted by the royal family. Also raping kids for years, hundreds of kids, raping and killing them. even raping their dead bodies. Could be eating them also. He worked for the BBC. All these people on CNN, Fox, all of them, they sit up and they talk to you, and while they're on camera, they're the coolest all-American person. As soon as that camera turn off, they hop up and go do some fucking dastardly shit. Anderson Cooper probably sits down and read the news with a gerbil up his ass. That means it's really that serious. And a little kid tied up in his trunk. I say this as a joke, but if the shit ever comes out and it be true, it's like, this is the type of shit you hear today, you know? Smallville actors accused of sex trafficking and child trafficking, sex crimes. The president making executive orders saying if anybody get caught up in a sex trafficking crime, your whole conglomerate can be charged with a RICO. Why is this shit going on? Why is this shit in the news? It's trickling in the news, but behind the scenes is heavy. This is how shit works. This is what goes on. And everybody that plays naive to it is really, really, really not. They're just like a brain dead sheep. They're just going to work and blah, blah, blah. They're being handled. You have handlers. You have shepherds. And everybody that's trying to get into the rap game, everybody that's watching BET, MTV, watching all World Star, all these videos, they're really contributing to the planet's destruction. Because the only reason we don't know that the planet is being destroyed is because we're watching TV. The only reason we don't know is because we're watching sports. We're watching rappers and actors. And all of them are getting paid to make sure we don't ever find out what's really going on. Allison Mack is not the only person fucking raping kids and sex trafficking kids. She's on TV. That's their whole fucking culture. Only a few of them don't do it. So before you get fame, you have to take an oath that says, I will never tell. Ever. And then the people that come and tell me, oh, that wasn't in my oath. You ain't take enough oaths yet. You got a lot more to learn. That's just it. You'll see eventually. But you don't have to join secret societies to find out. It's only obvious. If they claim they're 99% of the doctors, if they claim they're 99% of the actors, if they claim their secret societies are 99% of the sports athletes, stockbrokers, lawyers, judges, if they are everybody, then they are in control of the fuck shit. So a secret society can't be right. It can't be right. Like JFK said in the last show, we are opposed to secrets. You know? You don't have to join to find out if the shit was right or wrong, or then come and say, oh, no, it's really not like that in the Masons. The Masons are the good and the bad guys. That's the only way you control everything, when you are both good and bad. It's all one game. It's all one game to sell the whole world a big illusion of television, of communications, of radio, of multimedia. That is just one illusion. That is the Matrix. Behind that illusion, you will see pedophiles in the church, pedophiles in the colleges, pedophiles in the fucking politicians, pedophiles in church, pedophiles in state. If you would rape a kid, you would do anything. Yeah, you will eat a kid too after you rape it, because you can't say you have limits if you rape a kid. If you're a pedophile, you have no limits. And if this been going on forever, there's a lot of shit that's been done. And here's what's crazy. Hollywood was just set up to catch you. That's what's crazy. There's nobody figured that shit out yet. This shit first started with like the mafia, the mob. Let's say they were running liquor back in the day. They got a whole crew now running liquor. They above the law. Al Capone and them. They feel they above the law. They move out to California. They get connected with the big pushers. Who are the big pushers? Let's talk about who came over in the 60s. Paperclip. Them Nazi scientists came over and brought all this technology. But also they brought all this esoteric way of thinking to the West. And now instead of bye-bye American Pie, we're talking about Reiki and fucking hot Zumba or whatever the fuck. You know, we're meditating and aligning our chakras in the West. That was all done on purpose. All of that shit is illusion. You know? Kundalini is not a Western word. And they brought it over here. They changed the whole culture, but as they were changing up the culture, the reason they changed up the culture, they made a test on humans. It was a test from the jump. It was the continuance of the test on the Jews in World War II. That's what America is experiencing right now. One huge farmland, one huge test. So they came out in the 60s, came out LSD, testing on people, put it in California, put it in the underground scene with the hippies, Charles Manson, all his crew. These are these people now that are being caught for sex trafficking and child trafficking. It started out here. Take the drugs, put them in LA. The mafia who used to sell liquor. You know, liquor sponsors most of the whole rap game. Puffy is big from Ciroc. Jay-Z, he got his liquor. Blah, blah, blah. Trace those liquor companies. They all are old mafia. They're Al Capone. Al Capone met up with his people. Those mafia people met up with the people in California. They had the bad bitches. They sent them in. They made houses. They had film industry just now starting. The film industry, not only were they making movies, they were making porn. The porn got the fucking politicians entrapped because we can set our houses up with these cameras that nobody knows is in there. You can fuck a prostitute. You could do whatever the fuck you want, but probably always ended up you fucking a kid, or maybe even killing a kid. So now we got something over the politician. So now we control the politician. Not only that, we're gonna teach them all this Scientology shit when they're on drugs. We're gonna teach them all this occult, esoteric shit that just basically have you in a one big dream world, and you never ever look back and see, damn, the niggas that taught me all this shit are raping the planet for their resources, or creating extreme super technologies and using them against the people instead of helping them for the people. But what do they do to make sure we don't never know that? I'm telling you. So after the Hollywood industry is started up just like that, snuff films, porn, politicians being entrapped with hidden cameras, then it blew up even more. It turned into some even freakier shit, which we'll probably get into later, like cloning and underground bases and shit like that. All of that shit is connected to Hollywood. All of that shit is connected to Hollywood. Look at this shit. If you're a super rich billionaire oil tycoon and you want to fuck Marilyn Monroe, but you can't fuck Marilyn Monroe because you wasn't born in the same time as Marilyn Monroe, you could fuck her clone for the right price. Now you're really going deep. You want to fucking rape 1 million kids? You can rape 1 million clones. and do whatever the fuck you wanted to do. That's what you could do today. Back then, you can't do that. You had to take your fucking bullshit out on some. You had to take your bullshit out on real people, and that's where the industry started. It's on cloning now. You get to use it, treat a clone however you want, and fuck it and kill it and do whatever the hell you want to it. But back then they were doing it to real people. Just the industry still exists. So everything we see, everything we strive to be, all of our actors, all of our rappers, all of our role models, they know what's going on. But they are either entrapped themselves, or they have taken the money to keep quiet and keep on distracting everybody. That's the whole point of the game. That's the whole point of Hollywood. That's the only point of Hollywood. It's a distraction and it's propaganda. Very few people try to let you know that, give you a message. It's been a lot more lately, but see, right now, lately, we're dealing with artificial intelligence that just can create whatever. So if they brainwash you enough, you can create your own future. It's some deep shit as quantum physics and quantum reality, but we ain't even into that shit yet. As of now, we still on the ground. We still dealing with fucking secret societies who fucking do the worst of the worst shit with human beings behind the scenes, and pay Hollywood and pay rappers and pay actors and pay all these music industries, all these labels, to prevent people from ever finding it out. Keep people in the dream world and use magic. Isn't that what Jesse Williams say? They're magic, right? What is the magic being used for? To rock your ass to sleep. And see, I'm talking in that slang, but people know what I'm talking about. Only the certain few people know what I'm talking about. Not a certain few, only the realest niggas know what I'm talking about. Slang and all. And that's just what time it is. So we gonna throw some movies up in this? No, not movies. We're gonna throw some videos so I can, y'all never believe me. Y'all only believe a white person. Y'all only believe it if a white person says it or somebody that's credible. So I gotta put some credible sources in the end of my videos to make my shit look more credible. But I've been telling niggas this for years. Years. I've been on this shit for at least 10 years straight now. Multiple hour days studying. Shit's fucked up, and we're just now seeing the beginning of it. But my show, Go Deep, is gonna be out in front of all of this shit because I know what time it is. And I study a lot of the correct people who know what time it is. But right now we out. Let me go put some confirmation videos in here so y'all know I ain't bullshitting. I'll drop some music too. But we out this bitch. Yeah, beach.
engagement of Prince Harry comes newfound interest in the royal family and the suspicious death of his mother, Princess Diana. Many believe her death was orchestrated. But what family secrets might Diana have learned?
She had recorded evidence of serious sexual offenses which took place inside the royal household.
Palace secret that could bring down the monarchy.
And could it have ultimately led to her demise? Some claim the princess was killed because of a disturbing practice she had uncovered within the forbidden halls of Buckingham Palace.
The royal family decided to stop Diana using that evidence, so they killed her.
Her years inside the Windsor's private world of horrors had given Diana a glimpse into the shadowy Luciferian world we call the Illuminati. Was she preparing to use her international platform to expose the hidden workings of the elite? Diana knew the Windsors had a dark side, but researchers speculate she had become aware of something she could no longer keep silent about. According to the book The Biggest Secret by David Icke, Diana had sought advice from a trusted confidant concerning how best to reveal a secret that would shake the world. When asked if it concerned global drug trafficking, she replied, "Oh no, it's much worse than that."
The Sunday Express went further, however, and talked of a palace secret that could bring down the monarchy. The rape allegations were made to Princess Diana by a valet called George Smith, who said that he was raped by a servant of Prince Charles. However, it is believed that George Smith made other allegations of an even more serious nature, that the Queen intervened to stop those allegations coming out in court.
Could Diana have discovered the extensive child trafficking network among the highest levels of power that is only now beginning to surface through scandals such as Jimmy Savile? Jimmy Savile was a creepy radio DJ and TV presenter who also happened to be best friends with Diana's husband, Prince Charles, even attempting to act as a mediator at one point in their troubled marriage. After his death, it was discovered that he had been England's most prolific sexual predator to date. His number of victims, both children and adult, reached into the thousands. He was into sick Aleister Crowley sex magic, including necrophilia, and grew powerful through his ability to procure children for the British aristocracy. Diana loathed the man.
Jimmy Savile was not just a paedophile. He was a procurer of children for the rich and famous. He was, of course, an inner circle, bosom buddy of the British royal family. And in all these investigations and reports that have come out, there's been no mention of his connection to the royal family.
But Savile wasn't the only child trafficker closely associated with the royals. In 2014, news broke of an entire pedophile ring operating within Buckingham Palace, involving quote-unquote VIPs.
A teenage boy working at Buckingham Palace revealed he was groomed and sexually abused by a VIP paedophile ring there. The lad was also assaulted at the royal family's Scottish retreat Balmoral. In a heartbreaking note, the boy, then just 16, told how he was the victim of exploitation of the highest order. Peter McKelvey, the former child protection officer who first raised the alarm about high-profile individuals engaged in child sex abuse, said that their campaign of abuse may have been going on for as long as 65 years, but there has always been the block and the cover-up and the collusion to prevent an investigation.
There was also the case of the Queen's personal butler, Paul Kidd, who ran a high-level child trafficking ring inside Buckingham Palace and even brought children to meet the Queen Mother.
It was first in 2008 that news about deep roots of paedophilia inside Buckingham Palace emerged. Former Buckingham Palace butler was unmasked as a sexual predator who ran a paedophile ring while serving the royal family.
American billionaire and convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein's former sex slave has named the Queen's son, Prince Andrew, as one of her abusers.
It's a scandal in any shape. Prince Andrew, a member of the royal family, has been named in US legal documents linking him to an abuse of a minor.
The FBI allegedly has tapes of Epstein and his powerful friends having sex with underage slaves at his infamous Orgy Island. No longer the timid, naive teenager once lured into the Windsor's gilded cage, Diana had caught on to much more than anyone suspected. According to Mohammed Al-Fayed, Diana had recorded evidence of quote-unquote serious sexual offenses taking place within Buckingham Palace.
Their evidence was dynamite for the royal family. Diana, Prince of Wales, had kept record of all threats and bullying of Prince Philip. She had also recorded evidence of serious sexual offenses which took place inside the royal household.
But deeper research reveals a much more sinister motive behind Savile's child abuse ring. Victims have come forward exposing the ritualistic nature of the abuses they endured at the hands of Savile and his rich and powerful friends. Satanism is known to be practiced among the British aristocracy. Could this be some of the earth-shattering information Diana wanted to expose? If so, she had become a dangerous woman indeed. But might even darker forces have played a role in the princess's untimely demise? Some researchers believe that the princess's death was ritual murder of the highest order. Proponents of this theory claim the princess was murdered according to an ancient pagan tradition and point to the alarming amount of occult symbolism surrounding her death. The Point d'Alma tunnel, where the princess died, was a sacred sacrificial ground to the Merovingians, the ancient Illuminati bloodline which founded Paris. During their rituals, the victim was sacrificed inside the underground temple. Diana was, after all, named for the moon goddess of ancient Rome, making the fact that she died inside an ancient sacrificial chamber to the moon goddess strikingly coincidental. The number 13 is known to have a great deal of significance within the realm of the occult, and is often found alongside the elite cabal's handiwork. Was it merely another coincidence then that the princess's car struck the 13th column? What were they really doing with her down in that tunnel for so long? We are told she bled to death, which is also in accordance with high satanic sacrifice.
Why was Diana held in that tunnel for so long when she's supposed to have had internal bleeding which needed repairing? Why not get her to hospital immediately? Why was she held in that tunnel for the best part of an hour and a half? Why? Because in the sick ritual, and that's what it was, the ritual of her murder, she had to die in that place of ancient sacrifice to the goddess Diana. And it was when she died that they then moved her out. And of course, goodness knows what have happened to her internal organs, because this is what these sick people use in their rituals.
She proved to the world that a princess could be more than fairy tale weddings and diamond tiaras, and displayed a kind of strength of spirit the rest of the royals could only envy. Diana was simply too good for them, and the whole world knew it. And so, she had to be done away with.
So yo, all I want you to do is just tell them cats, yo, on the real, keep your game high, man. Keep it up. Word up. Never stop your goals, man. You know what I'm saying? Baby, yo, son, on the real, I'm gonna get a sneaker just like y'all.
I need help. I need help. The government is after me. I need help. Someone help me, please. Someone help me. My children. They already did Tupac and Biggie Smalls. Someone help me. Someone help me, please. I'm a groupie for life, about non-wife. All the babies are mine, save a child life. No more doctors delivering my babies, taking pins, killing me slowly. To the president, you say I'm a welfare fraud. You motherfucking right, I spurn this dark house wide. Insecure about my ding-dong, married to Babylon, my queen looking at me like a pawn.
Slash the worst, rehearse a verse, flash dance on the universe. Televise the work network, shock till your neck hurt. What up, dirt? 9 diagram, Phoenix on your sweatshirt. 30,000 went berserk, it's like clockwork. Rockport, Mr. Rock Lord, holder for collector, select sport, side swipe by the white horse, French cut, leaning in the bench truck. What up, telling my men's what? 10 times platinum and we ends up draped out, jumping out of cake, now throw your tape out. Furniture style, holding the mic, we got it laid out. Fine iodine, Einstein, remind mine. People swam 9, didn't know they own kind, wrong time. Denim rap, competition quick, handle that. Sucking the gym at, converting all my raps to get you slit at. Mixed drink, Cuban linkless zinc, flip A to zinc, plus expensive like a Roman mink. Now think
Mercury, 36 change degree. What, you want a mine? 3,680 C through the love white hate line. I tunnel your tornado. 42 billion thought travel. The years 90s parallel. From shoulders to the waist, I dig woman's stomach swell. My burrow is dark, many lights. UFO kite. Benjamin Franklin got it right. Abraham, I stuck your cherry tree. Your white head came out my black pussy. I ran Rip Van Winkle on all fours. Mountains twinkle, twinkle star. Tall sand in the jar. And then came out Jane Flintstones in my grapple pit.
killer chattering, niggas bust shots, keep them scattering, blood splattering, on point like a javelin. Fuck battling, you cats is only good for babbling. Imagining yourself as the god, space traveling round the 7 rings of Saturn. Got my sword plus the abbot in the chamber, 9 in the clip at the gathering. Who left you staggering? Yo, it had to been hot nickels who broke bread at the Vatican. Stick a pin in the citizen, mental food got us digging in. My compliments to the chef, MEF like amphetamines. Yes, stick it to the veteran. Blah, blah, blown to death, take your medicine. I put the sick in your music with Osiris, bound to blow like a bad sign.
Stay up at night, don't sleep on your moon. Rest in the day, cause it's sunlight. Reverse psychology.
Bitches walk trillions of square inches, 10% trying to drain me of my mental strength. Heavy wattage knowledge, cleans blood clottage, hails retarded. I'll be find the garbage logic, exterminate your cottage.
36 anger, dirty language is the stranger, the mangler, the honor roll singer, righteous finger. When we shine her, we always find a never minor major. Hot the spot, we dangerous without behavior.
Australian, Venezuelan, illegal aliens, chameleons, all catch the feeling, we reveal it. Killer bees, keep your mind at ease. Lay back like Adam fucking Eve, 4,000 years in the garden, puffing trees.
I aim slang, I maintain through the main vein. The answer came clever. Moving through greatness, through trial and error. Mile of terror, mold them out, let the odor out. Fuming greater, the temper in my spine, human nature. The super grass, challenge blast, sleepy eye stash. The hash sheets, masterpiece. Old Cyrus is the virus. The split seconds flash, severe drop. The snare pop, the falling teardrop. Now is it worth your career?